Welcome in, everyone. We continue on in Dragon Age the Veilguard by Bioware and Electronic Arts. We have been doing side quest stuff before we get back into the main quest, and we'll probably end up getting back into the main quest again today. I believe we have like one more thing to do somewhere. I don't know. Let's get back into it and see what we're up against. I've already forgotten because my quest list is not in front of my face. Yes, we were doing puzzles. That's right. Okay. So that in mind, looks like we've got a codex entry or two. The Morn Watch. What do we got? A Watcher's Duty from Emmerich's diary. If you'd like to read this, do know that I post all my VODs on YouTube. And when this one goes live, should you subscribe and ring the bell, you are welcome to pause here and read it if you don't skim it already. We also have a memento. Where it at? Here we go. Lifeless Candle Hop. A Deventer candle hop picked up by a necromancer on holiday. Its enchantments have unraveled, but perhaps it's been kept around for sentimental reasons. I read all the mementos. They're ever so fascinating. I love them all. So, let's see here. What do we have going on in our journal? Okay. This we cannot continue until someone comes to the lighthouse. So we're waiting on an expert. This one, we cannot fully access an area in the Ravane Coast, so that is done. This one is the main quest, but we have a couple of areas that have a puzzle. So there is a puzzle in this area that we have yet to unravel, that we are working on. We have not quite figured it out. Headgig, welcome in. Long time no see. Ever heard about the new anime shooter, Stranova? I have not. I'm not really big into shooters though, which may be why. I'm not an first person shooter or third person shooter type. I love the Dragon Age games. BioWare also made Mass Effect, which is more of the third person shooter type of game with a lot of story to it, and I did not enjoy Mass Effect 1 as much. I have watched Mass Effect 1 being played on YouTube, but I only ever played the first game and didn't even finish it because I was like, the story's great and all, but the style of play is not for me. That being said, it's not that I would ever refuse to play a shooter if I was intrigued enough, but like, my days of playing early Call of Duty and stuff like that are long over. I don't have the Twitch reaction time for platformers, much less shooters. Really, I don't. And you guys have seen how many times I have biffed the platforming in Dragon Age. And if you've been around a while, I biffed the platforming all the time in Spiritfarer, which is a platforming game, unlike Dragon Age. So, yeah, you don't want me in a shooter. I am a liability. I am a liability. So yeah. But 3 and 7, yeah. There's a lot of people who love first person and third person shooters. They're very popular things. We have an ad about to start, so I'm sorry if you missed the rest of this explanation. Like, I get that the genre is huge. Dead by Daylight is not so much a first person shooter, but it's like the same concept of a versus game, and I don't want to play Dead by Daylight either. So I don't. I send my people to the people who I know who do. So that's kind of where we're at right now. But now that we've got that ramble, I'm going to try and figure out this puzzle.
Let's see if we can figure this out.
Yeah. Okay. So we know that this is the first bell. Frost blown dark before the dawn, sightless gulf of endless sleep. No sound murmurs through the mind, nothing turns within the deep. I don't know how much of this um, of this poem is necessary to figure this out. You could call Skyrim a first-person shooter. Everyone plays a stealth archer anyway. You know, Trav, that you make a good point. And I have extensively played Skyrim, though I have also never beaten it, even with the stealth shooter build. Because I'm terrible at finishing games unless I'm streaming them, apparently. There gets to be a point where I just don't want to go through the frustration of having to get good, and then I don't. I just put it down. So in fact, we haven't quite reached the point where I need to get good in Dragon Age yet, but the struggle is real. Okay. So considering there's a couple of things to think here. There's the words, there's the meanings, and then there's the actual execution of how they have these poems set up. Because the first line although it is connected to the rest of the inscription, the rest of the poem, there is that gap. Which could mean that the first line is the only thing you need to pay attention to. It could also just be for other reasons. I don't know. Frost blown dark before the dawn, sightless gulf of endless sleep, no sound murmurs through the mind, nothing turns within the deep. Okay. So we placate the mischief spirit, and then...
Need your expertise, Emmerich.
No problem at all.
The wisp goes this way. Where are you going, buddy? And then he winks out, like right here, and I don't know where he's going. So this is the closest one that kind of lines up in that line of sight. But I tried this one and it didn't work. Fire on the sands above stirs the breath and paints the sky. Insects flock in golden vaults, shepherds wake, and red hawks cry. Okay, so there's this one that's so close. Last time I activated it, it was incorrect. But we will attempt it again and see if I'm just, like, dumb.
Allow me.
Oh. Okay, here we go. So you are going towards this direction? Is it this one? Laughing youths in noonday shade clasp the harvest hand in hand, find the shouted lover's kiss, pluck the lily from the land. Is it this one? These two have lit up. I think that might be the last one. Is it this one over here?
How are you faring with the sun, Davrin?
It's a...
Rises now the evening star, counterweight to hail desire. Feel the old year's clutching toll, mark the banking of the fire.
all good. He's behaving, minding his manners, quiet as a mouse.
So, all the squawking from your room.
Must have been Tosh throwing a temper tantrum.
I distinctly heard a griffin shriek.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes he acts out.
You must instill some discipline. Manfred needed to be taught boundaries as well.
Uh-huh. Except Hassan's a griffin.
And clever. That will only increase. Believe me.
Aw, from one father to another. We'll try it. That's 3. Okay. I was right. And then it goes over here. Okay. Woo. I am figuring it out this time. We're up to 4. Open sesame.
At once.
Okay, where are you going next, buddy? You are going to this one. Okay. Whoa, I keep doing that. It's like I've forgotten which buttons do what. And it was only yesterday that I was playing this game. Death's new bounty blooms awake, wrapped in silken morning sighs. Golden is your newfound birth, flame eternal in your eyes. Alright. If you could.
Certainly.
Thank you.
That opened up something.
Where are you going, buddy? to this one. No, we already did this one. What did you open? Ah. There we go. We opened this. This is mine. This is mine. Ooh. The Death Mask. I like the Iron Veil still, even though this has better defense and ability damage. So we're just gonna leave that be. Precious Decay became epic. We changed out Precious Decay for Serpent's Kiss. Do we want to replace Necrotic Jade for Precious Decay, though? Not really. Not really. And a memento. Organ jar. For the Navaran who wants to take it all with them. A jar for storing the heart, stomach, brain, and any other cherished tissues. That is definitely a reference to Egyptian mummification practices. I'm not gonna lie. Or at least a nod. And then this is just being like, you had things level up. See what leveled. Okie dokie. Alright, cool. We got that puzzle done. This is not the only puzzle. I did skip a puzzle in Ravani, in Ravane on the coast. I did skip a puzzle here. And I said we'd get back to it, and then we didn't go back to it while we were in that area. So we're gonna go back to it. It was in... Where was it? Was it in this area, I think? Not here.
Get ready.
Get wrecked. You died.
Nice hit, Rook.
Everybody dies.
Fantastic, Rook. Good job.
Oh, I've disturbed the birds. Oopsie daisies. Did I come over here to pick on boxes? Yes. Yes, I did. That was on purpose. There is a ladder here somewhere. Boop. Thank you. Over here. I want to make use of ladder. Oh, all their supplies are already taken. And ladder. This is where we need to be. Is this area up here? Because there is these. There are things to light. These. This right here is also a puzzle. I do not know if it is a timed puzzle is the problem. Or what order they have to be lit in. it's already out. Yeah. So that goes out really fast. I know it's probably going to open up this, so that might be the last one to do. We know of this one over here, so where is the others? That is what we must figure out. I will take that. Thank you. Okay. That's where that is. But is this like the situation where you have to do it from a location? I can't see any there. Nope, this does not help me. Time to go back down. Oh, I died. Whoops. Okay. So... I don't want to go downstairs. Just want to break the box. Hey, break the boxes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. So, there's this one. One. Two. Where's the other one? Where'd it go? Is it? Ah, here. Three? Is that what we're doing? Nope. That wasn't it. Okay. Okay. Or maybe I didn't do it in fast enough. Is there more of them? I'm not seeing any more, but that does not necessarily mean anything. Okay, what happens if I just sit here? No, that one went out, like, almost immediately. Okay. What if it's... this one? That one's still burning. Then this one. Didn't go out immediately. Okay. That one's still on. It's just a matter of figuring out which one goes first. And then... oh, did I not do it fast enough? This one. Oh, no.
Looks like
okay.
we've got a door. Let's see what's on the other side.
2 puzzles done. I did it. Pirate grave marker. Here lies Ty. He died as he lives, saying, "Hold my grog. We buried what was left. Help yourself to his stuff. Goodbye, Ty. I'll see you soon. Love, Riz." Aw, that's cute. Dwarven key got upgraded. Every time you use a potion, you have a 10% chance to gain it back. +1 maximum potions. Nice. I'm gonna keep This is for Harding. Her dwarven key got upgraded, so good for her. And our helmet. This helmet got upgraded. I'm keeping to the Iron Veil just because I really like it, but it's fine. Okay, that is the 2 puzzles that we did not do. Now they are done. Let us go chase the main quest. So this is just letting me know that that is, oops, meant to go back to the map. Didn't. So yeah, that's done. We do have this, but we don't have access to that area, so it is time to go to Docktown and chase the main quest. Where are we? We're there. You're like the highest, I think. Treviso could use some more. Yeah, you're the... I think you're at the high. No, the Mornwatch is at the highest. You're almost to moderate. Everything else is not. I'm gonna go to the faction store here. Really quickly.
Your coin helps. And there's some good bargains out there for you.
There is indeed. Rank up, please. Spending all my money. Ooh. I might change to that. Not gonna lie. Okay, we do not have enough money for the memento, but we know where it is. And that's good. Cool. Donko donko.
See you again.
Alright, so Lucanus got his trinket for this. Yay, and he got upgrades. Yeah, he's good with what he's got. Excuse me? I looked at everything. Why for are you telling me? Fine. I will change it until we've shuffled through all of them. Why for are you bugged, Lucanus? I don't know. I'm not changing my helmet. But... okay, that's definitely not... no. No. We don't really care about that. Actually, I'm gonna change my belt out. I use mostly strike abilities, so actually this is why I'm keeping to the Crow's Perch. I only have one control ability that I have. We don't really use our bow that often. Yeah, the Warden's Key is probably the only thing that we would switch to. And then we do have rings. So this stacks onto our necrosis damage, which is fine, but maybe we want to go we are using necrotic weapons. No, I think we're gonna keep to what we've got. I am sticking to this sword. And overflow. Your current potion's additional effects are applied, which was boosting off of our healing belt. I might have to change out overflow for Scourge. That is what I'm gonna do. So there we go. Ah. This is what it is. Okay. Currently, his attack applies vulnerability to necrotic. So that's why we're keeping it to that rather than switching back to the Rialto. Because although its basic physical damage goes up, his stagger goes way down. And it's fine. There, that has sorted him out. Alright, enough fussing. Now we can go to Docktown. And follow quests. Not entirely certain we have found, we have rediscovered the faction merchant in Docktown again. Just because things are so messy here. But onward to the quest.
Come to think of it, we haven't heard anything from Arkham for a while.
There is...
Emmerich, I think you've got to let Manfred learn some things on his own.
Such as?
You know, like any kid. Let him fall, scrape their knee.
That could dislodge his patella bone, hinder his ambulation.
Or he might learn to walk and not fall next time.
That's a harsh thing to wish on a spirit who yearns only to experience the world.
Falling down's a big part of the world.
Manfred's body is an intricate construction. There's no need to bruise it, or him, unnecessarily.
Obey and smite them! They weaken!
End them, quickly!
Nice move.
There we go. Stupid cultists.
This should never happen. Not anywhere.
And unfortunately, it does all too often. All too often.
Father
Hey, yeah.
gives me an allowance and I barely use any of it.
Hey, Harding. I didn't realize we.
You're adorable.
Yeah.
Trying so hard.
Well, let's go meet Morgan. The team pursues leads that reveal disturbing information about the spread of the Blight, but also gains some unexpected aid. Let's go. I didn't realize I would need Harding for this conversation.
Why did Morgan want to meet in Minrathous? Isn't she helping the Veil Jumpers in Arlathan?
Indeed. But today we have a guest, and she needed the anonymity that only a city provides.
Well, look who it is.
Good to see you, Lace.
Rook, you remember how Varric and I served the Inquisition? Well, this is Inquisitor Trevelyan, the woman who led us all.
Now, note, this is not per se my Inquisitor, but this is the Inquisitor we made at the very beginning of the game for the sake of our Inquisitor for this version of the world. I did not have my save available to import my Inquisitor from because I am playing the Veilguard through Steam, and my Inquisitor was on the EA app. In fact, I think not even on this machine did I play that game. So I don't have the save file available to import to begin with. So this is the Inquisitor per this version of the world and not my Inquisitor from Inquisition. Just FYI. I didn't actually stream my playthroughs of Inquisition because that was pre-streaming me. Pre-streaming May, who played. But here we are. Why are you here? Harding knows everyone, or Trevelyan is a noble's name.
Trevelyan. Isn't that the name of a noble family down in the south?
Yes. I remember the days before the Inquisition, when Trevelyan family politics were the most complicated part of my life. Simpler times.
I fear that simpler times are like to remain a memory, for now.
Ad break in 30
Morrigan
seconds.
and Harding have told me about what you've accomplished since taking over for Varric. You've put together an impressive team, and you've got the best chance, maybe the only chance, to stop Elganon and Gillenane.
I don't know if we can. That's the fear answer. The stubborn answer is this is on you. You can count on me. Are we gonna blame the Inquisitor? Are we really gonna blame her? She had no idea that Solus was what he was when she met him. And by the time she'd learned of it, by the time any Inquisitor of any playthrough had learned of it, it was a little too late. From an outsider's perspective, this would look like it's the Inquisitor's fault that Solus has run rampant. But we know better, chat. We do. So, Rook is going to be, the way that I have played Rook through this entire playthrough, optimistic. You can count on me.
I won't let you down.
Don't worry about me. Worry about the people you've recruited, and about the people depending on you. I only sealed the breach because I had people like Cassandra, Leliana, and Cullen with me from the start.
Aw, dear
Without
Cullen.
Dorian's magic and Josephine's diplomacy, we never would have come together to stop Corypheus. Years later, I had to turn the Inquisition over to Chantry control. But I never lost the friends who had gotten me through it all. Ultimately, they're the only ones you can really count on. Do right by them, and you'll find your way.
We've got the makings of a good team, I think. We'll do our best.
And while you do so, Rook, the Inquisitor will do her best to ensure that the rest of the world remains intact. A daunting prospect, given that most of the South is under siege by Darkspawn.
It's that bad?
If not for the Inquisitor, the South would have collapsed completely. She has not been idle while you assembled your team.
Ooh, that's bad. How are you here?
If the South is in such turmoil, why come up here just to talk? And how did you get here so fast?
Did you think you were the only one to unlock the secrets of the Illuvians?
Morgan helped the Inquisition use the Illuvians to travel.
While I lack the Dreadwolf's Viravus, I may still scurry between the walls of this world to be where I might do the most good. The Inquisitor asked to meet you, and I thought it might help you to meet her.
Tell me more about the South.
I thought the gods were mostly active up here. It's really that bad in the South?
Elganon and Gillenane have indeed restricted their activities to the north. But the forces they deployed to the south, the strange new Darkspawn, have spread fear and corruption greater than any blight in history.
Darkspawn have cut through the center of Vorlay. Valrorio and Halam Shiral are barely holding out.
That is not good.
Ferelden would have fallen already, if not for help from Orzammar. With Denerim lost, the Fereldans are holding the line at Redcliffe.
Solid place to
The
hold
Free
it.
Marchers have the worst of it. Acting Viscount Aveline Valen led the evacuation of Kirkwall. She's taking her people and what's left of her army to help Prince Vale keep Starkhaven.
Maker, we didn't know. My mom...
Don't worry. I talked to the Divine and your mother's safe with the Inquisition.
Thank you.
The Inquisition might just be an arm of the Chantry now, but we've still done our part to get people to fight this threat together. Again. The South is my problem, not yours, Rook. You stop the gods, and I'll make sure the rest of Thedas doesn't fall to the Blight.
Kirkwall's fallen. I wonder where the Champion of Kirkwall is. Champion of Kirkwall is Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2's title character. Yeah. So, do we need an army, connections, or spies? We can ask for one thing. An army... I mean, an army would be great, but if the Free Marches in Ferelden are almost nearly fallen, if the South is in such a bad way, asking them for an army would be a terrible idea. They need all the people they can get already. Liliana is one of the best spy masters in the world, as well as one of the best spies in the world. Having her information network brought into our sphere would be really, really good. But just being able to make the connections we need to get the things that we need in the moment we need them might actually be the best option here. Information is all well and good, but if you can't get the specialty MacGuffin that you need, you're fucked anyways. Not to mention supply chains are very important in war, and this is war. Like, we are at war with the elven gods, as they coin themselves to be. We are at war. So I'm gonna go with connections. That is my choice. The supply lines are very important in war.
I've been having trouble getting people in authority to listen to us. If you help with some of your political strength...
My political strength? Tevinter hates me. The Venatori helped make sure of that.
Yep, they were a problem.
And while I have a few friends in the Wardens, their leadership hasn't much cared for me since we clashed at Adamant Fortress.
The Inquisitor did not come all this way to leave you with empty words, however. She brought something no one else could.
A wolf statuette. We've found others like it in the crossroads. Where'd you find yours?
I found it right around the time Solus's ritual failed, when he was pulled into the Fade. We've examined the magic, and it's tied to the veil. To him. Somehow.
Solus is ancient, and his magic is part of him in a way far beyond that of mortals. I suggest you take it to the crossroads and see if something in the lighthouse calls to it. Perhaps it will yield some insight into your new ally.
Good, I don't trust him. Solus is trapped, or Solus is helping. We don't exactly trust Solus, but he is a source of information. We verify as much as we can. He is attempting to help, though his help does come with the understanding that he is doing it just as much to help himself as he is to help us. Admitting that he is trapped could be interesting, though. You know what? Screw it. The Inquisitor knew Solus well enough.
Solus is trapped in the Fade. He's not my biggest concern at the moment.
Solus is trapped in your dreams, and while he cannot match Elganon or Gillenane in strength, he is far more cunning. He is the Dreadwolf. He led a rebellion that lasted centuries. How many times do you think the gods thought him trapped and helpless?
I considered Solus a friend. I'd hoped to convince him to see reason. It's too late for that now. But still, if this can give you some insight, help you understand him, whatever it turns out to be, I hope that it helps.
We should go, Inquisitor. The armies in the south need you.
Right. Harding, stay sharp. You're my eyes in the north.
Always, Inquisitor.
Rook, good luck. If I come across anything else that can help, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you.
I think it's interesting that they knew exactly who the leaders that were not listening to us were. And it's because they had the exact same problem with them. And
We should take a break. Head back to the lighthouse for a bit.
we're locked out. Again. Alright. So that is that. And these we must wait on, so I guess it is time to go back to the lighthouse. We were very close to this break beforehand.
Rook, just got word. First Warden's calling everyone back to Weishaupt. Everyone except me, seems like. Guess the First Warden didn't like me joining your team.
Calling wardens back from all over Thedas is a big step. Did he give any reason why?
Not exactly, but I've heard rumors of a massive Darkspawn horde on the move. Even hearing there's an archdemon with them.
Has to be the gods. How far out? We need to warn them. We know that warning them will do no good because the leader of the Grey Wardens will not listen to us. Has to be the gods? Yes and no. It probably is influenced by them, but did they give this specific order? Maybe, maybe not. The Darkspawn have always been the type of thing that gathers in armies and tries to overrun everything. So, how far out?
How long do we have?
A day, a week? Darkspawn are charging through the deep roads. Makes it hard to get an accurate idea of where they are. Rook, if the gods have an archdemon, Warden lore says archdemons only show up during a blight. Doesn't say anything about elven gods. Seems like the rules have changed, and we're going in blind. We need to know what we're up against.
I'll talk to Solus, see if he knows anything about any of this. Make sure the others are ready to move.
It's gonna get spicy. Okay, so what do we got here? Yep, the siege at Weishaupt. So, that's where we're at. What do we got here? We got missives. A message from the fight for the South. That's the only new thing? Yep. Rook, through the circumstances prompting our meeting were perhaps not what either of us would have chosen, I'm glad we did meet. I've heard of you from Varric, of course, and Harding spoke and continues to speak highly of you. However, the greatest vote of confidence came from Morrigan. She's always had a knack for spotting those who might shift the foundations of the world, even if they don't know it yet. So it was she who suggested we meet, and as always, heeding her counsel proved to be the wisest decision. Unfortunately, I send Grim tidings. The echoes of Solas's ritual and the escape of the gods ring across the south, and the smell of war is heavy on the air. In Orlais, a splinter faction of the nobility has made common cause with the Venatori and launched an assault on both the royal forces of Orlais and the border keeps of Ferelden. Antom corsairs harass shipping out of Ostwick, and in the far southern wilds, blight has emerged once more. Darkspawn in great numbers have been spotted near the ruins of Ostagar. Again. But I told you to leave the south to me, and I stand by that. I share this news not to ask for help, but to remind you that you and your people are not alone. The gods stir up the greatest evils in Thedas, yet its people stand stalwart and resolute. Take care of the gods in the north, and I'll make sure that the south handles itself, and when this is all over, we'll drink to victory. First round's on me. Yours, the Inquisitor. Well, that's lovely. What miscellaneous did we get? Where are you at? Ah, there we go. A letter to Dorian. Sparkler. He does call Dorian Sparkler. Thanks for the book recommendations. I can use something to take my mind off things. The end of the Inquisition left the Divine with a pretty big army and nobody to fight. Choir Boy up in Starkhaven, which is what he calls Colin, keeps trying to persuade her to call an exalted march against Solas. Sebastian always was good for a laugh. Oh, I guess Choir Boy is Sebastian? I thought it was Colin. I'm getting his nicknames messed up. He's got a nickname for everybody. Of course, the city-states of the Free Marches all hate each other, and half of them are trying to get the Chantry to back their long-standing grudge against the other half, and everyone's nervous. I don't envy the Divine or what's left of the Inquisition. Keep trying to keep what's left of the Inquisition, trying to keep the peace. Give May my love, would you? It's been a while. It'll be a while before I can make a trip to Minrathos again, and she's the only family I've got left that I'm still speaking to. Varric. May, I think... I don't remember who May is. She was a very side character. Yeah. Alright. We now have free reign of the lighthouse. So let's go find out what we need to do. Who needs to talk to us? Emmerich does. Tosh has a quest. Harding has a quest. We'll talk to Emmerich first. Because that's just a talk, I think. And then the wolf statuette is also a thing. Alrighty. What's up?
With all my regards, but I don't want them to think me homesick.
Hi, Emmerich.
Rook, hello. Just composing a few letters. The other Watchers have been most interested in our adventures.
Are Watchers also mortal Atasi?
So I've heard people call necromancers mortalitasi.
Mortalitasi.
What's the difference between them and the Morn Watch?
Oh, all Navaran necromancers are mortalitasi. The Watchers are a special order within them.
Very fancy.
We've certain privileges and attendant responsibilities.
What kind of responsibilities?
What's the Morn Watch do?
Our first duty is safekeeping the Grand Necropolis and preparing the funerary dead. Another is stopping misuse of dark magic and necromancy.
Must keep you busy.
Not often, but on occasion.
Tell me more about the necropolis.
What's the Grand Necropolis like?
Its majesty has stilled the tongues of kings and queens. It's a haven for spirits and the dead, a vast well of history, the duty and shelter of every Watcher. We who serve it are pledged to an eternal vigil.
Vigil against what?
What do Watchers, watch for?
Ah, there are stranger and more dangerous things than spirits in the Fade, Rook. The Watchers stand against them when their shadows rise.
And anything lately?
A few portents I cannot put down solely to the chaos of the elven gods, but nothing definitive. Perhaps only shivers in the void.
You mentioned homesickness.
I couldn't help overhearing the word homesick.
Oh, I'm fine. Completely absorbed in our venture. But if I were home, I'd be preparing for new students or requests to speak to the dead.
Did you give up your classes?
You didn't stop teaching just to be with us, did you?
I'm long overdue for a sabbatical. Besides, do you know how many students the faculty wanted in my class next season? 10! How's one meant to tailor separate lessons for 10 pupils at a time? Honestly.
Corpse whispering requests?
Can people just ask you to show up for some corpse whispering?
Oh, nothing official. There are very few of us, but we help here and there. Questioning a victim of murder, clearing up disputed wills. And sometimes